Alright guys, welcome to this channel. I'm just trying out something new. So I watched his videos from a YouTuber named Steve Dangles. Steve Dangle, I think is the actual name. He does an amazing video about the Toronto Maple Leafs. He does a reaction video after every single game. I saw one after his reaction video that he did about the St. Louis Blues facing the Toronto Maple Leafs earlier this season, and I wanted to do them, and this is my test. I'm just testing right now. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I kind of wanted to do this test with all of you right now because, one, it's the day before Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the St. Louis Blues and the San Jose Sharks, and I want to see what I can do, and I want to give my kind of thoughts on what it's going to be like between these two guys. My name's David. I'll be here doing this as much as I can. I'm going to try to react after every game like he does. He's very, very good at it, and I feel bad for kind of biting his style, but I also think that it would be a good idea for there to be someone to do this kind of reaction video for all the teams in the NHL, because the NHL is freaking awesome. We all love hockey. We all love growing our playoff beards when we can and getting them as long as we can and getting them as big as we can, which, yeah, this is more than a playoff beard. This is... We started the comeback, and I started growing this, so this is what that is. But yeah, so basically, when I heard that the Blues were taking on the San Jose Sharks against the in the Western Conference Final, I was like, yes, okay, time to get revenge for 2016. Now, I watched that game against the Colorado Avalanche that they had for Game 7, and I was like, okay, this might be a little more difficult, but you know what? I'm still confident. I want to hear Gloria every single time the Blues play at the end of the game. I want to hear Gloria because that is just awesome. I love it. The San Jose Sharks are someone to fear because they got players like Couture, Jumbo Joe Thornton. I mean, come on, you got that guy. He came back. He's awesome. Or I'm sorry, Jumbo Joe Pavelski. He came back from a head injury that he got sustained in the Game 7 against the Vegas Golden Knights with a pretty bad call, actually, where they gave the Golden Knights a 5-minute major in a game misconduct to one of their players, which was ridiculous, and the San Jose Sharks were able to just score at will, it seemed like, against the San Jose against the Marc-Andre Fleury and in the net for the Vegas Golden Knights. But what I'm looking for starting tomorrow for the Blues. Now, this is my goal. This is what I want to see them do. It's not my goal. It's what their goal should be. How they played that second and third period in Game 7, that's how they should play against the San Jose Sharks every game, every period, every shift, because that will get them to win. That will get us moving on to the Stanley Cup finally and getting us the chance to grab Lord Stanley's Cup and just hold it over our heads and have it trot around our city for real, for a good reason. Not like we had in the first round where they brought the cup into St. Louis and they're like, here's the cup, guys. Make yourself happy. I agree with Cam Jansen's assessment on that. Get it out of the city until we earn it. We haven't earned it yet. Get it out of the city. So now, here we are. So what do we need? What do we need our players to do to win this series, to help us win and move on? Well, first of all, let's talk about goaltending. We don't really need to talk about it. Jordan Binnington's been amazingly good compared to what we've had. Jake Allen has never been our starter, in my opinion. I don't know why he was given a contract for a starter of $4 million a year for too long. It was ridiculous. That was probably one of Doug Armstrong's worst decisions ever, giving that man that contract. They shouldn't have given him that contract. They should have never done it. He's not the goalie we wanted. He's not the goalie we needed. He's just a terrible goalie, in my opinion. He's inconsistent, and he can't do it. Then you turn around and you got this guy, Jordan Binnington. I looked him up before he got called up and before he was playing with us, and I was like, he's not really been predicted to be that good of a goalie, maybe a backup at some point. He wasn't really looked at as someone to be a future starter. They bring him in, and his first start, he gets the shutout. That was awesome. Now, I would have liked to have seen Ken Hitchcock's old style, where the goalie that gets the shutout plays the next game. No, we didn't do that. We put Jake Allen in and we lost. But then they put back in Binnington, and we go on a tear. We go on an 11-game tear, and we just start decimating people, and they are scared. Other teams were scared to play us. Now, yeah, the Dallas Stars took us out of that 11-game win streak and made us go back to 0 and start over. But you know what? That brought us from last place in the MHL up to where we needed to be. It gave us the chance to go for the Central Division, and it's all because of Bennington, in my opinion. Bennington's play gave the confidence that the guys up front needed to go out there and try a little harder, do a little more risky plays, have that not as much worry that the guy behind them, the guy that's supposed to be watching the net, isn't going to give up a softie like Jake Allen did. And I know I'm ragging on Jake Allen a lot because I really don't like him. I don't want him in St. Louis anymore. I'd be more than happy to trade him to anybody and bite the bullet on him, but I know that's not going to happen. Then, next, defense. We're going to go to that. Our defense, it's been okay, but it's also been not great. We haven't had a great defense this year in the playoffs, in my opinion. We've had a lot of breakdowns that have cost us goals. Bennington has done his best to stop goals, but against Dallas, you saw glaring holes in how we were playing defense. I went to game 2 against the Dallas Stars for the Blues, and we lost, and it was really sad. It made me upset. I mean, going to it, paying all that money for the game, and then we lose, it sucked. I also went to game 5, I believe it was. Yeah, game 5. I went to that one, and again, we lost. It sucked. And in my opinion, one of the biggest things that we had was defensive breakdowns. We let guys who we know get into the easy score zones, and they were getting the goals on us. And we need to stop doing that. We need to keep our eyes out. We need to have our defensive pairings doing a better job, which they are already doing a really good job in that last game, and I was really happy with that. But we also need our forwards to really pick up on those last guys coming in, those trailers that they keep getting goals on us for, and against Dallas, because the San Jose Sharks do the same thing. They'll do the same thing to us, and they will get those goals without us seeing. I mean, they'll come up behind, and they will get the goals against us and put us down. But here's the best thing about it. We didn't get down when we were down. Our guys kept their heads in the game, and they kept going, and they kept pushing forward, and we need to keep doing that because that's how we win. Now, our forwards, Ryan O'Reilly, that was probably his worst series he's had so far when it comes to the face-off dot, which really, really kind of sucks because he's one of our best guys in the circle, and we need him to get back to that state. I don't know what he's got to do. I don't know what kind of headspace he's got to get himself out of. But guess what, Ryan? You're here. You're in the Western Conference Final. You're ready to go for it. Let's do this. All right? We need that to happen. We need Tarasenko. Vladimir Tarasenko. He got 2 goals on the power play, and that's all he got for us, I believe it was, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. But he needs to get more goals. He's been working on a slap shot from what you can see on the ice. Not a slap shot. He's been working on his one-timers, I'm guessing, in practices and stuff like that, because it looked like he was a little bit better with the one-timers, which has always been one of his biggest weaknesses out there. But he also has been got to get those shots off. He's got to find those holes, and he's got to get those plays. So now he's been rolling with Shin and Schwartzy in that last game for most of the game, and that was really good. That was a good setup, and that was what I liked. I want to see more of that. Let those guys really bounce off each other. As soon as Ryan O'Reilly gets back into the I can do this in the circles, put him back up there and move Shin back down and make it O'Reilly, Schwartz, and Tarasenko again. That was a good line that we had in the past. Our third line doing amazing things in all the games, all the series so far, and both against the Dallas Stars and even against the Winnipeg Jets. The third line was amazing, in my opinion. They were always forcing the offensive zone, keeping the other team, keeping their players on the ice for too long and wearing them down and getting those nasty goals that you have to get sometimes against some of these goaltenders. That's what I want to keep seeing. So you got Pat Maroon, Tyler Bozak, and Robert Thomas just working it, getting it. And then on top of that, Pat Maroon getting the Game 7 series clinching double overtime goal. That was amazing. Hometown boy against a hometown boy in Ben Bishop, which it kind of sucks that he's not on our team helping us get to where we're going. But you know what? I'm happy where he ended up, and he ended up going against us in the round 2, which sucked for him. He had to take 54 shots, and he only stopped 52 of them. That's It's kind of weird saying only stopped 52 out of 54. He stopped 52. That's amazing. He did a great job. Sucks that they lost for them, but it's great for us, and we're more than happy to keep moving on. Now, we got to do the same thing. We got to keep getting pucks on the net against Martin Jones. Jones has struggled at the beginning of the playoffs. He was not very great in the regular season. He kind of struggles here and there, and we need to keep doing that. We need to keep putting that pressure on there. We need to keep in their zone, keep pushing, and getting those nasty goals again. So that's what I'm hoping to see. I would like to see Robert Thomas and them get some more ice time. They play really well. They deserve to get the ice time, in my opinion. They've earned it. They've earned that ice time. Perico, my biggest thing with him, and he should have done this more in that Game 7, he needs to shoot the puck hard and more. When you had hurt Ben Bishop like that in Game 6, you know that he was still feeling it, and he was gun shy. Every time Perico got the puck on his stick, the St. Louis bench was yelling, "Rip it, fire it, shoot it hard." That's what they were looking for, and he needed to do that again. Put that puck up high in the goalie's face. Put it up there. It scares them. It's gonna scare them every time, and they're gonna start flinching when they see you shoot. And you know what's gonna happen? The puck's gonna start going past them because they're flinching. Now, yeah, they're professionals and they've seen hard shots like this before, but he's got the hardest shot on our team. He has the hardest shot on our team. Let me say that again. He has the hardest shot on our team. He needs to fire it like that, like he's got the hardest shot. Because you know what? People are going to start getting out of the way. He's going to start getting the puck on the net more. We're going to get those juicy rebounds that we always need to getting those open netters because of it, and he just got to keep doing it. The power play, it was not great at all. I think it was 2 for 22 or something like that, or 2 for 24. I don't remember off the top of my head again, but that was horrible for us. We went against a really good defensive team. Now this time, we need to force the San Jose Sharks to get penalties. We need to put them in the box, and then we need to capitalize. Capitalize is our goal. We need to start getting power play goals on the regular. We also, this is a big one. We were able to do it in Game 7, play at home and play well at home. We need to do that for the whole series. So Games 3 and 4, which are here in St. Louis, no matter what happens in the 1 and 2 in San Jose, we need to play better at home. We are a road team. We love playing on the road, and you know what? That's all right. But we need to play better here in St. Louis in front of our fans. They are amazing fans. We love the Blues. We are all diehard Blues fans. We all bleed it. We love going to the Cardinals games. We love going to the Blues games. And they're right down from the street from each other. So you know what's going to happen. You're going to get the Cardinals getting the game over with, and they're going to come over and they're going to watch like they did. We need to do that again. We need to start showing up in St. Louis because that's where the wins count more, in my opinion. We haven't done it so far this playoffs. We need to start doing it now. We need to start showing that we are good at home because other teams are going to start taking us out if we don't. So, those are what I'm looking for. San Jose, I wish you the worst only because you're against us right now. Up until now, I was kind of hoping we could take you on, and I was kind of wishing for this series, but I hope you lose. Blues, let's go. Let's go, Blues, baby. And now, the last thing I'm going to steal from Steve Dangle, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is, are you in? Because I'm in, and I know you guys are. We all need to be in. Here we go. Let's hear some Gloria. All right, baby. You guys have a good night.